Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, it's top 5 favorite decks day for March of 2024. Top 5 favorite decks day. Top 5 favorite decks day. Yeah, so what we're doing is we're taking a look at every deck that we played last month and picking out my top 5 favorite decks and putting them in order. Will your decks make the list? Stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host. Pay attention to HGTV next Wednesday as I appear on Secret Underground Headquarters Home Makeover. Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Film before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and it's top 5 favorite decks day. So today's the day that I go back at all the things that we played last month, and I pick out my top 5 favorite decks so that we can highlight them one more time in the manner to which they deserve. All right, so before we get down to the countdown, let's go ahead and talk about what makes a deck my favorite type of deck. Number 1, it has to have a good chance of winning. So anytime I have a deck, at least it has to win at least over 50% of the time. I'm looking for at least 52. You know, I like a good 65, 70% or something that's out there just punching people down. Yeah, that's usually one of my favorite decks. My inner goblin is an aggro player, and it likes to win a number of times. But it has to win at least over 50% of chance for me to feel like it's worth even playing at all. Number 2, it's got to put up a good fight. So there's a lot of times you can play decks and they could just win, but it doesn't have to actually fight. Like Control is that way. One of the reasons I don't usually like Control decks is because they don't put up a good fight. Usually it's just wait a little bit, gain some life, board wipe. That sucks butt. But anyways, I'm looking for something that's going to get out there and be fighting. I like good creatures. I like them that when they grow. That's some good stuff right there. Number 3, interesting cards or interesting synergy between your cards. A lot of times that's like tribal decks are big for me because I like the way that they work together. I like the synergy there. A lot of times you got good guys like Toxroll. Toxroll is a fantastic card all by himself. Yeah, those cards. Sholdred is a good, interesting card all by itself. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for is cards that have decent, interesting cards or card synergy. And even though I put this down as bonus points, it really is a point number 4. Big finish. The deck doesn't have to have a big finish, but Lord knows I love a card that has a bomb, that has a big finish into it. Like you can put out, what is it? Is it Nissa? And where all of your creatures get +1/+1 for each land you have in haste. Oh, that is so good. You got the Azorius soldier that comes out, and when he comes into play, as long as you got 5 or more soldiers, they all get +1/+1 in flying. That's fantastic. Even the ones where you just do a fireball out of nowhere, and you're just pumping in a bunch of treasure and doing like 10 or 12 points of damage. Fantastic. Boros Nuke with the Fiendish Valet, or is it Devilish Valet? I think it's Devilish. Yeah, that's the guy that just comes out with haste. He gets to double his power for every creature that comes into play after him. Yeah, man, that is insane. Azorius Rex. So those are the things I'm looking for in a favorite deck. Good chance of winning, puts up a good fight, interesting cards or synergy, and bonus points for big finishes. All right, so now that you understand all that, let's say our prayers and talk about what's best in life. Let's do that. So hands together. Dear Black King Toxroll, who dwells within the dark chambers of our hearts, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentation of the women. And now, deck number 5. All right, playing against Lee. Double op 47. Keep. All right, let's shut the bat up. Rat. All right, I'm gonna look at his hand. Knowledge of a hand is pretty much the best thing. Three, two, let's just get rid of this guy. Alright, so if I block those guys, then the deep combat's dead. Can't kill him, I just gotta let him happen. Alright, let's just put out a little Tenacious D. We might just have to let him take it back. I'll wait to do that, though. I'll attack. As long as I can. He wants his tangled rat back, huh? I have 4. Let's see how he deals with the Archfiend of the Dross. All I'm doing at this point is just dodging those gnawing vermin, because what's the point of that? Archfiend is terrible for him. No blocks. Yeah, you should put him out first. Alright, so you got another one right there. Let's put this guy as a blocker. He's cool. Alright, cool. See, I'm not too worried about Archfiend. I mean, if he starts growing life, gaining life, I would be in a serious problem. I only got another, 3 more turns until Archfiend kills me. Alright, that's 2 you lose, baby. Or 4, I think. Oh, an opponent dies. Okay, so it's only that. Yeah, nobody else died that turn. Alright, we can rage up. You're just going to get blocked. Let's just send him in. Flying's going to do it. He's down to 2. If I put a guy out, I can kill him by having it die. Let's just do that. In fact, I can kill him right now. Let's just do it. There we go. Yeah, pick who you want, because you know what's going to happen? You're going to die. I don't care. You're dead. Victory! Yeah, it's Trixie. It's there. Victory! Alright, so we are with Rakdos Beatdown version 5. And here's the deal. I love this deck. I think it's fantastic. What I like about it is the fact that it's essentially mono black mid-range, except for it's got just a smidge of red in there. Just a smidge. Who do we got? We got Bloodtithe Harvester and Reckless Stormseeker. So that way I can feel like I'm playing Rakdos, even though I'm really playing mono black. At times, like the Rakdos Beatdown decks by, I think it's Tommy, they're more red in them. In this case, we've got the Bone Hard Dragon or something. That's all cool. But the V5 version, yeah, it's been pared down. We're back to playing pretty much mono black at this point. Anyways, I can pretend that I'm playing Rakdos. It's good having somebody that passes out haste to like Sholdred and Archfiend. Archfiend really takes the haste well. And Alcatraz. I mean, that is just so great having a lot of good flying guys out there. That's another thing. This deck ends up being almost like flying aggro, which is so great in this kind of a situation. Especially when you have the Reckless Stormseeker. Even if he just sits there and does nothing. Just passes out his half Popo. And how would you say? I'm going to go into +1, +0. Pause. Yeah, he gets his Popaz and haste. That, I mean, I would love having him out there just doing that for people. So yeah, man, this deck is just like, it feels so good. It's like putting on a velour sports suit, right? Just getting those jogging clothes on and just lounging around. That's the way that Rakdos Beatdown feels to me. So that's why it's like my 5th favorite deck for March of 2024. All right, playing against Baba Yaga 302. All right, we got 3 mana. We got everything we need for Urabrask Forge. You could drown an Ichor. I'd like to wait on that till we get the Forge out. All right, we'll put out Thran turn 2. We'll go for Urabrask Forge on 3. Ooh, we got the Deadly Cover-Ups. That is good. I mean, I hate it because we got Thran out already. That guy likes to, you know, be alive. Jesus, I don't feel good for this guy. 2 Urabrask Forge. That is so hard to pay attention to. He has the ability to destroy artifacts. Green can do that very easily. Here comes 2 more, baby. You're not going to like it. He's still searching for lands. He could have used it to destroy. He always trying to put out that guy. All right. Or should I just deadly cover up this thing? At this point, I don't care. Oh, I guess I have to get up to 5 mana, don't I? I could try to drown him in Ichor. I'm just guessing he's kept that extra green open for a reason. All right. The question is, he's just going to block the 1/1, right? There you go. I'll go for the Deadly Cover-Up next turn. Cool. Wipe! Alright, now question is, can he make them indestructible? Hexproof is one thing, indestructible is entirely something different. And one of them. He's just trying to squeeze out that poison. Alright, so 7 poison is not a good place to be sitting at. But I'll go for it again. I mean, he's going to get me at least 8. I'll probably be dead out of all this. And he's only got 1 card left. Because Deadly Cover-Up is not targetable. Cool. Oh, I picked up another one. Put it out. There we go. I can wipe that off the board. Gone! Oh, that feels so good. Come on. There we go. Suck it, Baba Yaga. Suck it. Victory. All right, so we are with Rakdos Forge. Oh man, first of all, I love an Urabrask Forge deck. This one is big time Urabrask Forge. Secondly, it's nice mixing it with black because you get all of that greatness that black provides us here, with the ability to look at their hand and hold things back, and life gain. Proliferate to help out Urabrask Forge. This guy doing the 2 to vampirism. They lose 2, you gain 2 every time one of your forgeling dies, which is every single turn. Man, yeah, the life gain, the board wipes, the vampirism, it is glorious. Plus, this one has Frantic Scapegoat. And Frantic Scapegoat's art is top shelf. He's just so much themery right there. Plus, I'm surprised we don't see him, because for being a hasty 1/1 who has essentially menace, I mean, this guy is pretty fantastic. He should be in all of the mono red haste decks, the mono red aggros, right? Absolutely. I think this guy should be seen all over the place. You're not seeing it. I think he's great. All right, but anyways, Urabrask Forge, absolutely. So, I mean, there's just everything about this deck is so fantastic. Look, we even got Microseed Gardens in here, which makes copies of Urabrask Forge, allowing you to have more than 4 out. What I really just want is, if I get Urabrask Forge, I want to get out another one, 2, maybe 3. And then forcing people to deal with all these forgelings just going and going and going. That's more than just about anybody can handle. The rest of this deck just perfectly lines it all up and makes it fantastic. So anyways, Rakdos Forge came in, I can't even believe it, number 4. Can you imagine what's better than this? Here we go, number 4 for March 2024, Rakdos Forge. All right, we're playing against Poggo. I guess it's Poggo. Because the 2 G's there. Poggo. Poggo. That's your lava man. He's got an elf. Let's see if we can bring back here. There we go. All right, turn 3. We can do something fun. Let's do it. All right, we got some instants here. Let's just move along. Like we can't do anything, potentially. Gotta get haste? Yeah, he does. Let's take a look at the future here. Yeah, okay. Nice! All right, I'm going to Howdy Jin. And let's send him in. Leave the Howdy Jin back to do a little defense for us. Howdy. All right, we can pop out a lot of babies. I want to get out the other monastery mentor first, though, so we can maximize on the baby creations. All right, you got 3 mana still. I don't, man, you're going so slow. It's driving me crazy here, man. I'm going to touch your guy. Ooh, got another one. Kill. Baby. All right, let's wait to do some tricks. Jump. All right, cool. That's it, huh? More babies. Yeah, okay. I could dig that. All right, so we're going to have a bunch of guys who are going to pump up like crazy next turn, and then we'll go for the super attack. Board rifle right now would be really bad. This guy, he put something out. He's not going to wipe the board. He's just going to pump these guys up. One. The hell was that? All right, whatever, man. We're just going to go for it. Instant sorcery. And we win! This guy saw the writing on the wall. Victory! Alright, so we are with Azorius Mentor. Yeah, this deck was so cool. The thing I liked about it was the Monastery Mentor. He's white, and he puts out people like nuts, provided you got a bunch of cheap instants or sorceries that you're playing so you can get him to do what he needs to do. Let's look at him specifically here. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you create that monk with prowess. So that is so much value there, because not only does he pump himself out, he pumps out a baby, and that baby pumps himself up. So yeah, that is just Insanosaurus Rex. And so between the Monastery Mentor and Haughty Djinn just loving all of that instant sorcery process, and the fact that if they get killed, we just use recommission or helping hand to bring them back, and we can bring them both directly back from the graveyard to the battlefield with a Popo counter on it. It's just fantastic. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any creatures coming out in turn 1. Turn 2, we could kind of put out the Prankster, which isn't bad for a creature, but we'd have to find them, right? So luckily, we got a bunch of card draws and stuff in here to help get what we need to do. It's tenuous. If we're going up against aggro, I think we got a problem with this deck. But with most things, they're going to take a little bit of time. You'll find what you need. And then Monastery Mentor is just going to go completely crazy. Haughty Djinn just helping them out like crazy too. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I used to really love Azorius in the past. I've fallen out of love it because it's become very, I don't know, snobbery is the way it feels to me. I guess the thing about it is I used to love it because I used to use the cards that exiled stuff. It was, I forget what it was back, some Ravnica cards. But this deck doesn't do any of that. I used to love it back then. Now this one just stays away from it. It's all just about pumping out babies. I like the fact that it's all tight. It has a plan. It's tribal. It's a very interesting deck, and it has the ability to just be completely explosive. If those babies had haste, it would be so much better. But that's, you can't have everything. Maybe next time, right? All right, so there you go. Number 3 for March 2024, Azorius Mentor. All right, we are playing against Train Rider 77. There's a lot of green and red, absolutely zero white. Everything we need has white in it to multiple extents. Just in case we could do it, let's just pick elf. Really, if we get out the Fleetfoot Dancers and he doesn't have the ability to shoot things up to 4, we'll be doing pretty good because that life gain will help us big time. All right, that's a creature we don't have to deal with now. All right, come on, white mana. Magic is easy when you get what you ask for. As Merchant used to say. Can't do the damage to the Werefox. You're going to hate the next turn. You ready for it? Here we go. I'll do this one, man. Elf. Alright, back up to 12. That only does 1 damage to creatures. You gonna rage out on me? You're just gonna crack that open, hopefully, huh? Alright, we'll pop this. We'll put out a Fleetfoot Dancer. And all in. Down to 8, and I'm up to 16. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish. Suck it. Alright, so we are with Voja. Voja. There we go. Voja. And the problem is that it's just hard to give Voja sometimes. So the thing is this is an Elf Travel deck, and Elf Travel does amazingly well. So there's a lot of great stuff in here. You know, the MVP for me on this deck is Fleetfoot Dancer. This guy has Trample, Lifelink, and Haste, and is a 4/4. So that means you're getting somebody out. At a 4/4, he's going to roll over a bunch of people, and you're going to get 4 points of life back each turn. Yeah, that is fantastic. I don't think we see him mostly because he has to be played in a Naya deck, seeing that you've got, you know, one of each color of those Naya colors to be able to play it, and that's why you don't really see him that much. But otherwise, this card is incredibly good and is the one that I'm always looking for because I need that lifelink a lot to keep things going. Plus, doing those 4 points of damage to somebody that they're not expecting with that haste, even if they try to put somebody in front of it, you get trample. I mean, it's just a losing battle on their side. So as just an Elf Tribal deck, this one is doing pretty great. And man, if you can get Voja or Voja out as well, even better. Even better. So anyways, because of this really tight Elven Tribal deck and an awesome bomb in Voja, that's why I'm giving Voja number 2 for March of 2024. And we're playing against Tumblestone. Tumblestone. Keep. Touch cat. Alright, problems. We need a little bit more red, but only for burn down the house. 2. All right, everything's going really good. Hopefully this guy just isn't able to slam us too hard. Urabrask Forge. And no attacks, don't even gain life. If we've got enough creatures we can vanquish the horde, that'd be really cool. Cool. This is so good. As soon as we get out the Urabrask Forge, we can just blow things away on the next turn. Gone! Didn't even have to wait. Alright, and we can burn down the house if we need to do it again. So, this guy's got the ability to take away something. It's all great. By the time I take out, I don't know, rabble-rousing or something. Choose. I'm going to do rabble-rousing. And, let's skitter beam. Alright, with rabble-rousing out, burn down the house is fantastic. Hopefully it won't be able to go after my hand again. Can't block your eye. He's just going to kill it. You can take me down to 3. Problem is that Tenacious Underdog can totally kill me. If I get him down to 8, you'll be able to use it, you have to die. I'm going to go Crazy Town. Here we go. There we are. Alright, I think we got it. Oh, and he's dead meat. And he is dead meat. Oh, look at that damage. Boom, boom, goes the room. Victory. Alright, so here we are with my favorite deck of March, which was Urabrask Warleader. Why is that? Because I love Warleader's Call. It's so good. I can't play with it every single day. But no, this card is so fantastic for aggro players. Big time. I mean, the fact that it's a Lord card, so it gives everything else you put out +1/+1. And it does damage whenever an opponent comes into play, or whenever a creature you go put into play. That is so incredibly good. Just so much damage being handled out by that. Warleader's Call is such a fantastic card. And I love it with this deck big time. As I would say, with a purple passion. The fact that Skitter Beam would make it trigger off 3 times, burn down the house makes it trigger off 3 times. It also pluses them all up, which makes these into 2/2s and these guys into, 3/3s, all of which haste. Urabrask Forge just going to Crazy Town, rabble-rousing. I mean, it's just a colossal tornado of awesomeness is what it is. So, yeah. This deck, to me, I mean, it doesn't win a ton. It doesn't win a lot, but it wins more than 50%. And when it gets kicked off, it just goes nuts. It is just so great. The worst thing about it is the fact that it kills people so quickly that the game's over quick and you don't get a chance to enjoy the pure mayhem you're inflicting on everybody. So yeah, just for the unbridled mayhem and egregious horror that this particular deck brings out, that's why Urabrask Forge is my favorite deck of March. Alright, so we are with my number 5 decks, my top 5 favorite decks for March of 2024. Look at Urabrask Warleader. I mean, those 2 words are just so great to go together there. I mean, what's great is it's Urabrask Forge, which, I mean, you can tell by, Rakdos' Forge. And I don't think did the Beatdown have it? I think it did. It's just, I love Urabrask Forge. Love that card. And you could tell that it was represented heavily within my rotation. And the Warleader's Call, and when that card came out, it made the set for me. I don't care. I mean, if we don't see any of those other cards ever again, Warleader's card is so fantastic. It's so fantastic that when other people play it, I just feel like they should stop, because that's my card, not theirs. Dibs forever. Nothing for you. So yeah, Warleader's Call, man. So yeah, I can't talk nice about that. Now the other one is Voja, and really it's Voja Elf Tribal, because the chance of you getting the Voja out are slim. It's the most expensive thing you got in there. But when it does come out and you're able to use it and everything gets that pump from the attack there, oh, that is so sweet. But yet those elves do great unto themselves. For just an elf tribal deck, that Voja deck is fantastic. So I'm glad to see it. Azorius Mentor, I just thought it was really cool seeing those little mentor babies come shooting out, and they all had prowess. So even though it costs 3, being able to just maximize, do the synergy right there, and just seeing them just swarm out. I mean, there's so many great things we could do with that, like Urabrask Warleader as well. Or not Urabrask, just regular Warleader's Call mixed with that. Because it's just a white one. You can put that in, play a bunch of little red stuff, maybe just shoot, and then just pop out all those prowess babies. Oh my God, that would be so good. Well, maybe that's for next month, right? And lastly, we got the 2 Rakdos decks. Rakdos Forge V3 and Rakdos Beatdown V5. Rakdos Forge is what I love best. It's just revolving all about Urabrask Forge, but everything else in there just makes use of it. And you could tell that's what it's trying to do. Rakdos Beatdown is mostly just mono black mid-range, which is so great. That's right. It does not have Urabrask Forge in it. But the thing is that mono black mid-range is a great deck. Adding the red to it makes it just so much better. Giving all those big black dudes haste from the other guy is just so fantastic. So I have to put it in this thing, but I got to tell you, I mean, Urabrask Warleader is so good. I love the Voja did. Rakdos Forge V3, I think I'd play that all the time if I had the chance. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed these decks as much as I did. So let's just say, as I like to say, if you decide to play with any of these decks, I hope you have as much fun with them as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes.